So warm welcome to all the students. And today we have Sridhar sir, and today we will be taking lot of tips for your preparation for the upcoming GATE examination. Yes. So as we have discussed before, also that will be conducting sessions for mathematics also. Yes. And Sridhar sir is an expert in mathematics, teaching for last 20 years. Yes. So today you will take guidance for each and every, we can say, chapter. Yes, and you can clarify your doubts also. Yes. So welcome Sri, welcome Juhi, and all the participants who are watching this lecture recorded also. Yes, to them also warm welcome. So let us first hear from sir also a little bit, and then we will go into the session.
Hi, sir. Warm welcome, and thank
Yes.
you for calling me for this, preparation strategy for engineering mathematics for both civil as well as mechanical engineering students. Nice to, discuss with you and dear students. Okay. So let us right away start with our discussion, sir, because I think
Yes.
students are mainly waiting for, the discussion.
Yeah. We'll start with that, and then we'll take the doubts at the end. So whatever doubts students have, they can take at the end. Okay, you can keep your doubts. Okay, sir will clarify. Okay, so let us start the session. Sir will be first telling you about the topics, and then in each and every topic, like each and every chapter, which topics should focus at this time.
One
Okay.
second, sir. Let me start this PPT once again.
Yes.
You can meanwhile discuss with the students, sir. I'm just sharing
So
my.
welcome. Okay, let us see what students are writing.
Yeah.
Okay, hello Sahu sir, hello Sridhar sir, welcome Sri. Okay, hello Akans, hello Nikki, Survi, yes. Good evening Dinesh, yes. And as we all know that we have to get 13 marks, yes. And we should not target 7 to 8 marks. We should targeting what? Full 13 marks. And sir will tell you how to get the full 13 marks. Okay. So let us
Yeah.
start the session. Sir will speak. Okay. So let us have the introduction slide about sir. I will speak. At least I want to speak something about sir. Yes. Many
Yeah.
of you already know sir. Yes. So sir has more than 20 years of experience. Okay. Sir has more than 20 years of experience in teaching for engineering mathematics. Sir also teaches for computer science students. And all the subjects taught by sir are very logical subjects like programming and data structures, discrete mathematics, algorithms. Okay, all those are related to mathematics and logic. And sir is very expert in teaching you the right logic behind mathematics. We all know that mathematics is a very vast subject, right? We cannot confine it. Yes, but sir is very good in logic, the logic behind all the formulas, the logic behind solving numericals of mathematics. Yes, so that thing is very important, as we all know, and therefore sir will be guiding you now. Okay, so let us start
Sir,
the session.
Sahu sir, thank you very much. Obviously, all the engineers are logically very, very strong.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
any engineering faculty, they should be logically very strong, and especially the faculty who are teaching for this GATE stream, they should be very, very strong. So obviously, all other faculty are also very, very strong. And today we are talking about the most logical subject and the most scoring subject for GATE examination. Okay, sir. So
Yes,
let us
sir.
start with the story, sir. So
Yeah.
this is about your, of course, you all know about me, myself, Sridhar Dhulipala, having 20 plus years of teaching experience, and these are all my expertise. And I want to tell you about this BYJU'S. Both me and Sahu sir joined BYJU'S together.
Yeah.
So we are with BYJU'S from past 1.5 years, and we were working on this particular project called recorded gate content, first of its kind, and we created visualized animated content for you, and it is first of its kind, and you have double advantage with BYJU'S, like both recorded as well as the live sessions. Okay, and of course you should say thank you to Sahu sir, because almost I can say 70% of civil engineering subjects were recorded by him, and with a big team. It's not just one person work, and he managed that big team, group of SMEs, and of course the media team and all, and he created beautiful content for you people. And you can get this particular content in your BYJU'S Exam Prep app, Under the category, please note down the category Learn with Video Lessons. There you can find, of course, we are going to show some screenshots of those later on in the PPT. Okay. So I also recorded few subjects for computer science students, and of course, engineering mathematics for all branches. And this is about Sahu Sir and the expert. He's both BTech and MTech from IIT Kharagpur, and he's having vast experience, around 10 plus years, I think more than that also. Okay, you've been teaching from long time, and he is having expertise not in a single subject, almost all civil engineering subjects. So you are all having a good time with Sahu Sir, not only now, even in the future, my dear friends. Okay, so this is about us. I think you are regularly hearing about us. So let us start with the stories. Okay, sir, these are the topics like prerequisites. Generally, you know, whenever you start with, engineering mathematics, there are some prerequisite topics which we should know. So that topics one should always know, like mainly these prerequisites are not necessary for linear algebra, because linear algebra itself is prerequisite for that. Because most of the topic we'll be discussing, the prerequisites like trigonometry, functions, and other things for calculus, linear algebra. Of course, I generally discuss calculus in two parts, like calculus 1, like function of single variable calculus, whereas function of 2 or more variables, that is multi-variable calculus, we call it. Okay, that is calculus 1 and calculus 2. Of course, the most interesting, even probability also I discuss in two parts, like probability 1, that is basic probability, what people generally call it. Okay, where we generally discuss up to Bayes theorem. Then we come across this probability part 2, where we generally talk about random variables and probability distributions. Of course, the differential equation, most beautiful and interesting subject, topic for you. For us, it is a subject actually. And then comes multiple integrals. Generally, most of the people do this multiple integrals also under calculus. Generally, I separate this because it is a prerequisite for vector calculus. So vector calculus, and of course, this complex analysis for civil engineering students, if you are preparing for GATE, you can ignore this part. But for ESE, this is one of the important topics. So if you are preparing for both GATE and ESE, you cannot skip this. Okay, for mechanical, it is important for both GATE as well as ESE. Of course, numerical methods, even this I divide into two parts. First part is for most of the branches. Now, it is not mentioned for electrical electronic students. Mostly the numerical methods are for you people only, like mechanical and civil engineering students. In the first part we discuss, of course, we'll discuss in more detail later on. And second part is mainly for civil engineering students. Then comes the Laplace transforms. I think now civil engineering students don't have this. Then comes Fourier series. And for civil engineering students, these two topics are very, very important because they mention in the syllabus separately for you people. Okay, that is about it. Yeah. Sir, your comments. Sir, you are on mute.
Sorry. So as sir was discussed also, that we have recorded very high quality content, okay, for all the students. And since it's the session for civil and mechanical, so here you can see on the screen that in the Learn with Video Lessons, this section is available in the BYJU'S Exam Prep app. If you download the app, okay, in the app you have to select your branch if you are civil or mechanical. Okay, on left hand side you can see the subjects of civil engineering. On the right hand side you can see the subjects of mechanical engineering, right? And one thing is common in them, that is the engineering mathematics. Yes, and sir has recorded more than 150 videos, almost 166 to be exact, I think. And sir, in this, all the speciality of these videos is that all the lectures are 30 to 50 minutes. So, and it is very topic specific. Suppose you are searching only to find the rank of a matrix, you can directly go to the rank of the matrix video and see that particular. Suppose you are searching only normal distribution or uniform distribution, you go to that thing. Suppose you are only finding curl or divergence, directly you can go to the particular videos and watch them. So this content is available for those students who are interested. They can download the app and see the content. Yes. Now sir will be guiding you through the different topics. Now first of all, I wanted to ask sir that, sir, since time is very less now, first,
Yeah.
so obviously I will personally recommend that all the videos are superb. If one wants to get 13 out of 13, he should watch all the videos, and that is sure, sir, 13 or 13 marks. But time is less for 2023. Those are preparing for 24, I will recommend that you watch all the videos. You will get benefited immensely. Not only one thing is that, sir, not only you will be getting 13 or 13 marks, but students who are interested in higher studies, those who are interested in MTech,
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is very
Yeah.
important that not only you get a marks, your mathematics should be very strong. Because personally, when I did my master's in structural engineering, when I thought that structural engineering, I was interested in concrete, steel, and other things. But when I entered the MTech, what I found, what it was all differential equations, it was all vector calculus, it was all matrix algebra. So I thought that I am studying civil engineering masters or I am studying engineering mathematics. But I came to know the importance of engineering mathematics in masters when I started doing the masters. So I want to share with all the students that if you are interested in doing masters, your mathematics should be very strong. Your masters will be 80% strong mathematics only. So if you are strong in mathematics, especially topics like differential equations, calculus, and obviously depends on the branch and specialization also. Like some particular branches, they focus on probability statistics like hydrology. Okay, hydrology, they focus on what? More on data-based things. Data-based thing means more probability and distributions come into picture. If it is more classical, then things goes into vector calculus. Yes, and matrix algebra becomes part of everything. So therefore, that is a long term plan, but as gate is approaching 2 months is there, so I will ask sir that if some student is preparing for linear algebra to start with, then what topics he or she should focus. So let us hear from sir about linear algebra.
Sir, in linear algebra, generally, if you just want to divide this broadly linear algebra, you can broadly divide linear algebra into three parts like matrix algebra. So in this matrix algebra, you can include like determinants, square matrix properties, rank, and all the basic concepts which are required for understanding how to solve system of linear equation, understanding concept of eigenvalues, eigenvectors. So these are broadly the topics. And more or less the syllabus which is mentioned in the GATE is same for both civil and mechanical engineering students. But for mechanical and civil engineering students, the questions, they are not difficult. Maybe one or two times you can find some different question, but most of the time they are asking questions based on this, determinant properties. You can expect a question, or finding determinant like properties of square matrix of like orthogonal matrix, symmetric Hermitian matrix. Symmetric, skew symmetric matrix properties they can expect, or rank. Finding rank is one of the important areas, my dear friends. You have to concentrate, you have to work on that. Then, of course, system of linear equations regularly, what type of solution a system will be having. That is a very common question. And for eigenvalues, eigenvectors, we should master the properties, my dear friends. Master the properties, because finding eigenvalues, eigenvector by general procedure, we generally don't do that. But using the properties, how we handle the problems, that is very, very important. It's all about linear algebra is a more logical topic, my dear friends. And for linear algebra, there is no prerequisites. Everything will be within the topic. So those who understand the topic in a systematic order, you will not find any difficulties. Anyone can understand this. It's a very, very simple logical topic. I only recommend students to have a common sense for this topic. Nothing more than that. Yes, sir.
So as sir has told, so thing is that in matrices, lot of questions, one more questions they ask from direct properties or
Yes.
identifying the type of matrix.
Yeah.
Direct properties, and I think in the video, sir has compiled many of the properties,
Yes.
direct properties which are asked in the examination. So that direct questions which they ask you, okay. And finding determinant also, sir has lot of short tricks also for finding determinant.
Yeah.
Is those short tricks, if you understand, you can find determinants. See, there is a long method of determinant we all of us know, but in the examination, suppose they give a 4 into 4 matrix, and then finding determinant becomes very difficult. Yes, so sir has explained a lot of tricks for that. We'll be discussing some also in the practice sessions also. Yes, so finding the determinant and all the direct properties, and as sir told, finding the solution of equations, simultaneous equations. So all those things are important. And as sir told, we can I can surely say that one question there is every year, either in civil or mechanical, either in set 1 or set 2, they ask this question on eigenvalue and eigenvectors. So those things, we'll have practice sessions also, as sir has told about these topics. So we'll be focusing on that. Let us hear from sir also.
Yeah. See, mainly this is all about property-driven topic. Mainly logical topics are all property-driven. So those who understand the properties, they can score good marks. Those who can apply the property, they'll get ranks. Okay. See, just knowing the property is not enough, sir. You have to apply the property. For example, sir was talking about determinant shortcuts, 4x4 matrix. Now we are having, block diagonal matrices we are having, like triangular block matrices we are having. If you identify, within no time, you can write the answer for that. Okay. Similarly, if you use row operations on determinant, third type of row operation do not alter the determinant of the matrix. Using that, you can get the determinant within no time. So these are all very, very short, simple tricks, my dear friend. And there are some observational tricks like, when the rows are dependent or columns are dependent, determinant will become 0. Those who can identify that, generally in class, we always verify this. Some people can identify the relationship between rows very quickly, and the answer is 0 for that. And within no time, you can answer, sir. Okay. Like under linear algebra, topics may be many things. I suggest you to know the properties of determinant, know the basic square matrices, especially like symmetric, skew symmetric, orthogonal matrix. Am I clear? Of course, these matrices you need to know. Then properties of determinant you have to be expert in. You have to use the properties. Finding rank, we should not ignore. How to use the row operation to reduce a matrix to echelon form or reduced row echelon form. Reduced row echelon form is rarely used. So echelon form, at least echelon form, you should know it and know how to find rank of the matrix. That is very important. Then system of linear equations for non-homogeneous system, when it will have no solution, when it will have unique solution, when it will have infinite solution. Same is the case for homogeneous system, when it will have unique solution and when it will have infinite solution. And of course, for square matrix, using determinant, you can say whether it is having unique solution or not. If determinant is not 0, it is having unique solution, that is 0 solution. Determinant not 0, then it is having unique solution. If determinant is 0, then it will have infinite solution. Just with determinant, you can say the properties, my difference. And of course, the most important thing, of course, that is a general form of a matrix form of a system of linear equations. Then know the properties, learn how to use the properties. Like trace is equal to sum of the eigenvalues, determinant is equal to product of the eigenvalues. If determinant is equal to 0, then one of the eigenvalue must be definitely equal to 0. Then eigenvalues of triangular matrix will be what? See, these properties must be on your fingertips. When you see it, you could be able to answer them. So the standard properties, we should not skip. All the standard properties, we should know. See, linear algebra mainly about properties and handling the properties, using the properties, nothing more than that, my friends. So that is about your linear algebra. Of course, there are some additional topics. Not many questions are from this, sir, but those who understand what is this idea of diagonalization, like finding number of linearly independent eigenvectors, a simple procedure, you can handle it. And for LU decomposition, I given a shortcut that is also available on your YouTube, my dear friends. You can easily use that method to find the solution for this, or find what is L and what is U, my dear friends. Okay, that is about linear algebra. So mainly learn the properties of determinant, learn how to find rank of the matrix, learn when a system having what type of solution, learn the properties of eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Of course, shortcut for LU decomposition, it is better for you. Is it clear? This is it, nothing more than that. Yeah. And so you are having, like, in your video lecture, recorded video lecture, we are having, you see, we divided the entire syllabus of linear algebra into 30 minutes topic. Like, matrix multiplication, we done separately. Properties, number of multiplications required, scalar multiplications required to multiply two matrices, number of scalar additions, like all the properties were discussed in detail, my dear friends, in this recorded video content. You can go through them, my dear friends. Like, inverse of a matrix. If it is elementary matrix, I can tell the inverse of the matrix by looking at the matrix. I can see the matrix, I can tell the inverse of the matrix within no time. For example, you give me this matrix 1 0 0 0 1 0 3 0 1, and if you ask me inverse of this, within no time I'll tell you the answer for this is this. I can tell you the inverse of a matrix just like this. It takes not even 5 seconds. So we can understand such properties. That is the beauty of knowing the properties, my dear friends. Okay, all this we are having under linear algebra, sir. So we move on to the next topic, sir. Any comment? Sahu sir. Sir, you are on mute.
In this PPT, all the 30 lessons are not mentioned. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
But actually, we wanted to show that 30 lessons are there, and 30 lessons, 30 minutes, and some videos you can see is 20 minutes also. Yes.
yeah.
So many times, like now, suppose you have very less time. Students have very less time. Suppose you are solving a previous year question. Okay. And suppose you saw inverse of matrix and you solved it, but suppose you took 15 minutes. So finding the inverse of a matrix or finding adjoint and taking so much of time, you're finding determinant also. Yes. So if you're facing trouble in that, you can directly go to this video. Yes. Only in 20-25 minutes you will be able to find inverse of a matrix without much, difficulties. So
The
now
basic definition. Yeah.
so if you don't have time now, go through the previous year questions, and then whichever topic you are facing difficulty from the previous year question, you can directly go to the app and directly go to that video. You don't have to read the whole chapter, because sometimes when we feel okay, I have to read the whole matrix algebra to understand, then you don't feel like studying. So better you go to that video, and then then not only that question, you also understand what will be the variations of the other types of questions asked in inverse of a matrix. Okay. So the next thing is about calculus. Calculus, when people think about calculus, many times people think that we will study this in the end only. So many people think, okay, let us study first matrix algebra, and then we will study, suppose, numerical methods, and then I will think. And calculus always comes at end for many students. At least for me, it was the case that calculus I used to take in the end. So like, I will ask sir that how to simplify this calculus thing, because this calculus looks like an ocean. For the students, it looks like an ocean, that where it is starting, where it is ending, what are the boundaries, nothing is visible. So I will try to ask sir that how to make this ocean to
Sir,
bring it
one
in a
thing,
pot.
rightly said, sir. Of course, it's the ocean, no doubt about it. See,
Hmm.
there's a difference between how you learn in your 10+1, 10+2, and how you learn here. Here, we need calculus for advanced engineering mathematics topics like differential equation, Fourier series, vector calculus. Name any topic, you need calculus. Without calculus, you can't handle all those topics. For example, if you want to handle differential equations, sir, what you require? Just basic integrations required for first
Yeah.
order differential equation. For higher order, you don't even need integration, except for method of variation of parameters where you require integration. You don't even require. With shortcuts, we solve everything. So first order, we just need simple integration, basic integration formula. If you have the integration formula list, you can handle entire differential equations. So calculus generally, we should learn as a review, not as a learner, or you cannot learn this, my dear friend. Here, those who start learning calculus, you are preparing maybe for your JEE examination, then you cannot complete your you have to complete JEE and come back here. That is not possible. Okay, the general mistake which most of the students will do is they start calculus, the entire ocean they want to dig into. Please never do that, sir. So what I suggest is we should know how to review the calculus. For example, we should know what are the basic concepts like limit, continuity, and differentiability. See, the basic idea of calculus, let me tell you, we are trying to analyze functions. The basic idea is analyzing real functions, real analysis. For that, we require calculus operations like limit, continuity, and differentiability. So that is it. So if you just apply these conditions, we get some properties of the function. That's it, nothing more than that. Calculus is all about knowing the properties of the function, nothing more than that. So we should know basically what is limit, what is continuity, what is differentiability, and mainly this indeterminate forms. I think it might be mentioned for some people it might not be mentioned, but indeterminate forms you have to practice, because number of questions were asked on that indeterminate forms. Like, 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, 0 into infinity, infinity minus infinity, infinity power 0, 0 power 0, and 1 power infinity. These are standard 7 indeterminate form. How to handle problems on them, you should know. Maxima, minima is the second important thing which we practice. Problems on maxima, minima, at least standard procedure. Absolute maxima, minima, how to find it? Common sense. For example, sin x maxima, minima, if you start using f dash x and all, you are in jail. That kind of things, never do it. Okay, we should have common sense for knowing sin x maxima, minima is what? Sin x value varies between -1 to +1. That is the basic common sense we should have. Then you can handle maxima, minima. Definite integrals, their basic integration formula and definite integral standard results, you should know it. That's And this, application of integration, not many questions they're asking, sir. Standard formula, if you know, like arc length, okay, then you can find area under the curve. Then you can find solid of revolution, volume of solid of revolution, and surface area of solid of revolution. The basic formula, if you can able to apply, it's just formula application, nothing more than that, sir. For GATE point of view, that is enough, more than enough, my dear friends. Okay. And this double and triple integrals, it might not be mentioned for civil engineering student, but without double and triple integral, you cannot handle vector calculus.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Yeah, so vector calculus you require. So sometimes people worry about, like, sir, in our syllabus it is not mentioned. It is not mentioned. So I ask them not to do it. Then what I can do for them? See, if it is not mentioned internally, when say vector integration is there, obviously it requires multiple integrals are required for that.
Yeah.
How you do surface integration without knowing double integration? Okay, so that is common sense, my. So double integral, at least basic ideas, if you know, you can easily handle. So my suggestion for calculus is know basic indeterminate forms, starting with L'Hospital rule and some standard rules, and especially for 1 power infinity, there is a shortcut that, if you know, mostly problems can be handled. Am I clear? Don't take this 10 plus 1, 10 plus 2 nonsense example, sir. That is a learning stage. Lot of variations will be discussed. That is not required. Please remember that. Okay. So you can see your previous GATE questions or some test series questions will be there. That is more than enough, my dear friends. Unnecessarily, if you dig into that, you can never come out of it, my dear friends. Please be careful, especially for that. And again, maxima, minima, standard procedure, common sense, absolute maxima, absolute minimum. And definite integration, you should practice well, sir. Definite integrals, you should practice well, because in the future, like in vector calculus or in Fourier series, wherever it is, you require that. Definite integration is very, very important for you, my dear friends. Okay. So if you want to just do it, these are the main topics, my dear friends. Of course, mean value theorems, the simple application, series expansion of the functions, you know, standard series expansions, anyhow, you know it. Mainly indeterminate forms, maxima, minima, definite integrals. Concentrate on them very much. That's it. So these are detailed topics, sir. This is what I was talking about. Okay. And this is maxima, minima curve. See, for maxima, what you should have, sir? Here it should be stationary, so f dash x should be equal to 0. Concave down, therefore double derivative must be negative. That's it, maximum. That is a property. Directly looking at it, looking at that diagram, you know what is the property or what is the procedure for that. That's it. Okay. So integrations, definite integrals, one should definitely see. You are not an engineer if you don't know integration, my dear friends. Definitely you should know integration. Basic techniques at least you should know. Okay, that I believe it. Definitely. What do you say, sir?
Yeah, yes, sir. The definite integrals, no need to go into very complicated ones.
Yeah.
Most of the questions are very straightforward.
Yes.
And even definite integrals have application in finding area of the curve and all. That also they will ask you very simple questions like two parabolas or a parabola and a straight line.
I'm not asking to, explore them. If you go to 10 plus 1, 10 plus 2, they'll explode. Don't do unnecessary things. Basic
not required. Yeah.
I generally give, under definite integral, some trigonometric system formula I'll give you, reduction formula I'll give you, and 7-8 rules I give you. It is more than enough.
More than enough.
Handle the entire definite integral with that. More than enough.
More than enough. Basically, sir is telling that you need to focus on the coverage. Don't think about you're preparing for some ITJE exam and you start solving questions from and that is not required. So basics of all these things are required. Yeah.
Yes. And application of integration, at least basic formulas, now you can handle it, sir. Those formulas, at least arc length formula, most of the people don't know. That is a problem. If you know now what is there in that, direct formula it is. Okay. So just know the basic formula. You can handle everything. And as I told you, calculus 2, not very, very important, sir. Just there is partial derivative, because if you don't know how to do partial derivatives, how you handle vector calculus, sir?
Yeah.
Even in complex analysis, vector calculus, when people do partial differentiation, see, when you want to apply, Green's theorem, okay, or in exact differential equation, you want to check the condition like dou m by dou y is equal to dou n by dou x.
Yeah.
The condition, if you want to verify, you should know what is partial differentiation. There is something like chain rule. Simple thing. This is very simple Lilliput problem or Lilliput topics. Very small topic. Okay. Yeah. You can easily handle. Maximum, procedure will be there. Just procedure, you should know it. Nothing more. Hardly preparation of this will take 1 hour, 1 or 2 hours maximum. Sir. Okay. If you don't have 2 hours, at least know at least partial differentiation, I suggest. That's about partial derivative. And multiple integrals. Of course, multiple integrals are very, very important. Just learn how to do change of variables, and change of variables formulas will be there. Just apply that particular formula. Change of integration, generally people find it little difficult, but that is not that difficult, my dear friend. Just basic curves will be there. Don't you know how to draw a line? Don't you know how to draw parabola? Nothing more than that will be asked. They just ask, area between these two points. These are the things which they
basic
ask.
things.
Yeah, basic parabolas you should know, basic lines you should know, nothing more than that. Okay, and the region will be there. For that, you have to find the limits. It's a very simple story, sir. Yeah, that's it. Change of variables, it is directly that particular, we have the Jacobian formula. If you know it, it's enough. It's direct, straightforward, no twist, nothing. Simple things are there in this. Okay, because these are useful in vector calculus. And let me tell you one secret here. The multiple integrals with constant limits are very, very important. And this change of variables will help you in converting a complicated problem into constant limits.
Yeah.
And that is where you can handle most of the problems very, very easily. Okay. Yeah. And there's one more very interesting, tricky thing. Those who want can directly go to this Dirichlet integrals. Some of the problems can be just solved by formula. Some volumes and some areas can be formed just like that. Okay, with formula, my dear friend, Dirichlet integral formula. It is there for both volumes as well as areas, of course, but there is a restriction. It is only restricted to first quadrant. But of course, you can use little manipulation. Area means what, sir? 4 times area in the first quadrant you can use, you'll get the answer. Okay, so that small part you need to know it, sir. It's a very interesting one. Okay, yeah. Of course, these are all things. And actually what I done for calculus is, I done this trigonometry because most of the people find it difficult. Review of functions and graphs of functions. So those who are, having difficulty with trigonometry formula, I derived in the sense I reviewed all the formulas which are required. Means how an engineer should review trigonometry, I done it in this. How you should review basic functions and graphs of functions, what you should know, I reviewed in this, my dear friends. You can go through this. It will help you. Okay. Of course, as I was mentioning, every topic was done in very, very detailed manner. You see, even indeterminate forms, again, indeterminate forms, 2-3 videos were done.
In the GATE, lot of questions they ask on continuity and differentiability. They will ask you that this is continuous and differentiable, not continuous, not differentiable. And limits they ask you, and the limits sir has covered. You can see that 0 by 0 limits, infinity to infinity. These are very standard things which students are not able to compile.
Yes.
What happens? Things are scattered. So sir has compiled for you all these standard things which are asked. And if you cover this much, I can feel that even there is a lot of chance that one question will be asked from these 4 topics only, like limit, continuity, differentiability, and indeterminate forms. If somebody studies this much also, there's a good chance that he will score 2 marks out of calculus. If at least they cover this much.
Possibility is there, very much is there.
Yeah.
Like for civil and mechanical students, now mostly this type of questions are also there.
Yeah, they ask these questions. Yeah.
Yeah. And the probability and statistics. Here, probability and statistics, there are 2 parts. And for civil and mechanical students, both parts are very, very important. Both parts are very, very important. And of course, this second part of random variables like normal distribution, I think even both civil and mechanical students discuss in their subjects also, respective subjects.
Yeah, it's very much requirement in project management.
Yeah.
Normal distribution is vastly used in project management, and also in transportation, in hydrology. Okay, this is used in like lot is Poisson's distribution, exponential distribution. All these are used in traffic studies also.
Yeah, I find some question, I also solve them.
Because at the end, that is mathematics only.
Yeah. And you should also know the relation between Poisson distribution and exponential distribution. Okay, so these are and the basic probability we should always know, my dear friend. Basic probability, like what is conditional probability, Bayes theorem.
Yeah.
Of course, total probability, Bayes theorem are related. These concepts are very basic but very, very important, and regularly questions they are asking.
Yes.
See, if you prepare now, at least in aptitude you can score marks. Sometimes they are also asking these type of questions in aptitude. So that is the advantage of knowing the basic. And advanced probability means random variables. Okay. From that, the distributions, whether it is discrete distributions or continuous distribution. And once it is a distribution, we should know the statistics, like how to find mean, how to find variance, how to find standard deviation, we should know. And for standard distributions like binomial, Poisson distribution, everything is fixed. Mean of binomial distribution, NP, variance, NPQ, fixed. Nothing need to do. You don't have to derive it. You don't have to write expected value of x. Okay, you don't have to do anything like expected value of x square minus mu square for variance. Directly, they are for standard distribution. They're all ready. Use them ready-made. It's like, you know, what do you call this? Ready to cook kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're all okay. So they're all very, very simple. So probability, generally people worry more about it, but it's the easiest.
Probability is actually very interesting. Actually,
Yes.
if you start studying, you can cover actually probability. You can cover one day. You can cover the basic probability which you have studied before in your school or plus two, 10th plus two. All the basic probability and conditional probability you can cover in one day. And if one day you sit fully, you can complete all the distributions. You can cover all the basic. We can say basic functions of discrete and continuous, how to find out mean, expected value or variance, and then all the distributions. So actually
Yes,
it takes only 2 days for probability if you sit properly.
yeah, for basic probability you can cover in one day. See, actually very less number of formula you can find in probability only.
Yeah, that's true.
The least number of formula you will find it in probability. See,
Yeah.
my dear friends, you also, if you have any doubts, you can ask in the chat box, sir.
Yeah, we are speaking.
We are just covering what all possible
Yeah.
for you. You can ask any specific doubts or in any particular subject, you can ask me. Okay, so that we can discuss those doubts also, my dear friends. Okay, see, for probability, my take is know how to find conditional probability, know how to find Bayes theorem. See, for Bayes theorem, you just need to know how to draw this tree diagram. Those who can draw tree diagram, na, you are done with it. It is done. You just need to know what are the prairies, what are the likelihoods. Those who can draw the tree diagram, it is very simple, my dear friends. Then comes random variables. We should know mainly in random variables what we need to know. They give you either PMF or PDF. Some case you have to find that constants you have to find it. Then for standard like PMF or PDF, they'll ask you to find mean variance. For PDF, the continuous distributions also, they ask you to find mean variance. You should know how to find those values. That's direct formulas, sir, nothing more than that. And of course, if it is normal distribution, properties only. Okay, uniform distribution, properties. There are some tricky questions, very simple only. Okay, and rest of the things, binomial, Poisson distribution problems are very interesting, sir. You just need to interpret. See, the most of the people are having problem in interpreting the problem. If you just interpret your problem as a binomial distribution problem, it is a formula taking care of everything. It is the formula taking care of everything. You just need to tell what is N, what is P. Okay. And if you can tell, rest of the thing is taken care by the formula. Nothing more than that. Got it? So probability also we divide into basic probability where we discuss from, actually in the syllabus, I started from very basics. Like sample space, event, random experiment. From there I started. So then conditional probability. So my take is conditional probability Bayes theorem. And for random variables, mainly finding the constants of the PMFs or PDFs, finding the mean variance, that is what called statistical constants of the distributions. Then for probability distributions, mainly we should learn how to use binomial distribution, how to use Poisson distribution. Okay. Then for continuous distribution, mainly exponential distribution, straightforward questions they'll ask you, sir. Normal distribution mainly for mechanical and engineering student, not only in mathematics, it is also useful for your subjects. Okay, I think you will be revising or repeating normal distribution many times in your courses actually. Yeah. So that you take care, take advantage of that, my dear friends. Okay, that's it. So you can see, like, each and every topic, how detailedly we discuss. Even basic problems on probability we done separately, combinatorial probability we done it. Like probability based on counting techniques, permutation, combinations also discussed here. Am I clear? So we done that in very, very detailed, like starting with addition theorem. See, I not even started, you see. If you see our detailed syllabusing, conditional probability comes after 7th topic. Yeah. Like the most beautiful, sir. Anything you can ask me doubts, sir? Sir, any comments, sir?
Sir, I think everything is getting clarified. Students, I think students are spellbound that they are like, wow, this is we tell now this is gold, like something like that. So they are spellbound about the we can say normally what happens when you're preparing for mathematics. I always tell that mathematics means you should be structured. If you're not structured, if you're haphazard, then you can't handle this subject of mathematics. Other subjects you can to some extent, but not mathematics. So
See,
mathematics,
mathematics we learn in a systematic manner, and the what you call that haphazard manner, problems comes, then we can handle it, because
yeah,
the
yeah,
rules
yeah,
can be used in that way.
yeah,
That for that you need to have the rules all that in your mind,
yeah,
because they may be stored in different neurons, but
yeah,
they all should be activated to solve a problem.
yeah.
To solve a differential equation problem, you may require to activate a trigonometry formula, activate a calculus formula, or common sense, obviously.
And thing is that like we see across India, like not only in GATE domain, in any domain, such kind of structured content, to get such a kind of structured content is very rare. There might be, I have not seen, but as far in last 10-15 years of my, when I have started teaching 10 years, but before that studying myself in BTech, MTech, when I was studying for BTech, MTech also, in masters also I was searching from where to study. I used to search 3-4 books if I would have content something like that, vector calculus, differential equations, because some of my subjects in MTech were differential calculus. So the differential equations, sorry, differential equations, and I was not doing many things, small things. But now when I see them, and I had to labor for one full semester, 6 months to master some of the mathematics. But here you can master these concepts in, like hardly 10-15 lectures. That is
Yeah,
like all
that is
the
the real.
good things of 5-6 books are nicely embedded into the lectures, and that too 30 minutes, that too
Yeah,
30-40 minutes, not that you are not that you have to
yeah.
spend hours for
Yes, yes.
mastering one particular topic. So I will again request students that those who want this, you can always refer to the lectures. Obviously I will conduct some practice sessions as I have promised the students, but I will also request that meanwhile, don't only wait for the practice sessions. Yes, practice sessions. Oh, and another thing is that practice sessions will be more fruitful if you have studied something and came to the practice session, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
first see these videos and then come to the practice sessions. So it will be very beneficial for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And one more very advantageous thing for engineers is, see, for you, you just need to use mathematics as a tool. And that is
Yeah.
wonderful thing. Now you need to like play like a kid. You don't
Mhm.
have to worry about, the details, how it is derived and all. Not every time you require, because you are using mathematics as a tool.
Yeah.
See, for us, when we learn differential equation, for us, differential equation is one subject. Now I'm teaching it as a topic in 8 to 10 hours maximum. So that advantage you should do. And that is very interesting, because you do only interesting things. You solve problems, you use the properties. You are unnecessarily not getting into derivations. Again, that derives something else, that derives something else. Like,
Mm.
see, mathematics people, get lost in their derivations only.
And sometimes what happens that in mathematics, when we start deriving, we start with x, we travel the whole world, and again we come back to x only.
Yeah,
So, but thing is that as engineers, our job is to use it as a tool, as sir has told.
yeah.
So how to we call that as data abstraction also
Yes, yes, yes,
in
correct.
programming data structures, that
Yeah.
data abstraction means only whatever is needed for you, that is
Mm.
only shown to you, just use that. Don't go too much into the theory derivations. Yes, whatever is basic requirement of the theory, that is also taught, but
Mm.
don't go into too much of the things. That will not be helpful, neither in the examination, neither in your masters, anywhere.
Yeah,
Because in masters, you are actually doing masters in your domain.
yeah,
Mathematics will be a tool to enhance the knowledge or do research in that particular thing. So again, as sir has told, so use a tool. And but thing is that how to convert the subject into a tool, that is what is expertise of a teacher, and sir, that sir has done for you.
yes. See, obviously, whoever is doing mathematics, see, that is the beauty of mathematics, mainly, I say. So whoever do it will be very beautiful only. That is the beauty of
Yeah,
mathematics.
that is the beauty. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you see differential equations, the more or less the syllabus is same. Actually, if you see for mechanical students, this part I'll discuss later. It comes under PDE, sir, because
Hmm.
this PDE is in elaborate manner for civil engineering students. So
Hmm.
if you see more or less the syllabus is very same for both of them. See, simple, sir. First order differential equation, higher
Hmm.
order differential equation. That is the syllabus. And if you see first order differential equation, you just need to learn how to solve first order differential equation. See, my dear friends, here also people discuss so many methods. We just need to know three things. Okay? Variable separable method, Second thing is Leibniz linear form, standard form of first order linear differential equation. And the third one is, exact differential equation. See, these are the forms or reducible to these forms, nothing more than that. At this level, you should able to see these standard forms or reducing to those standard forms. See, don't unnecessarily getting into other details. There are so many, like variable separable method, there are so many forms are there, not necessary. You just need to know how to separate the variables. If you cannot separate using a substitution, can you separate the variables or not? That's it. Leibniz form, directly dy by dx plus py is equal to q. You should know how to find integrating factor, how to write general solution. Exact form, check the condition, dou m by dou y is equal to dou n by dou x or not. If it is there, standard general solution. If it is not there, using a method how to find the integrating factor and reduce it to exact form. That's it, nothing more than that. It is a very simple story, my dear friends. Okay. And if you go for higher order fellows, higher order fellows are very simple actually. And most of the students like this more than first order. And they also claim that higher order is easier, first order is difficult. The secret is they don't know the integration. That's why they feel first order is difficult. See, higher order, you hardly do what, sir? You solve that quadratic equation or cubic equation, find the roots, then you write the solution. Maybe if it is non-homogeneous, that becomes the complementary function. For particular integral, based on the function, the force function form like fx is equal to e power ax or sin ax or cos ax, we have the shortcut. Maybe if it is a polynomial, we just use binomial expansion. If it is e power ax into v, there is a formula. If it is x into v, there is a formula. Only that method of variation of parameters require a integration formula. Otherwise, it is a very, very simple thing. And you should not say that, sir, this is difficult. This is the most easiest part, my dear friends. Easiest part in your entire syllabus. Higher order differential equation. You should enjoy doing this, my dear friends. Okay? And it is a highly scoring topic, whether it is first order or higher order. Mostly the questions, more or less, they'll ask you both the questions. And in first order also, mainly variable separable or Leibniz forms they are asking. Not more than that. Yeah. Yeah, this is about your differential equation part, my dear friends. You can easily score in this. Okay. And my take for differential equation is, I don't suggest you to skip anything because finding order and degree is very simple. Then formation of differential equation, very rarely they ask, but solving first order differential equation, variable separable method, reducible to that. Exact differential equation, reducible to that. Leibniz linear, mainly Leibniz and variable separable, you practice more, my dear friends. Leibniz and variable separable, you practice more. Because exact is actually useful for other form, like in vector calculus, you can use that exact differential form. Complex analysis, you use it. Because of that, that is studied here. Direct questions may not be there, but this exact form is useful for your vector calculus problems. Some problems can be solved as a shortcut with exact differential equation. Even in complex analysis also, some problems, if you know exact differential equation, you can solve them like a shortcut. Actually, that exact differential equation is a shortcut for them. Okay, so that is the idea, my dear friends. And higher order, even if I suggest also, you don't skip. I know that. It's very simple. So that is about differential equation. Sir, any comment on that? Your comments. Sir, you are on mute, sir.
In the differential equations, as sir has told, that there are 5 to 6 methods. And every time they ask you the same thing only. Just you need to apply to different numericals. We can say different functions. Yeah, we can say different functions, and the functions nature also remains same. Just some coefficient will change, some things will change. That will only change. So therefore, it is many students leave differential equation thinking that it will be very vast, but actually differential equation is very limited. Like sir told about probability static distributions also. Same thing with differential equations also. That if you understand it 4 to 5 methods, that is sufficient to score, and in each method you solve 5-6 questions. That will be sufficient that you can solve questions from differential equation, and it's scoreable. It's scoreable actually.
See, obvious questions, sir. If differential equation you prepare, obviously, of course, I generally say 2 marks, but minimum 1 mark you will get. Minimum 1-2 marks you will get it from differential equation for both civil and mechanical engineering students. Very rarely they skip, but 100% chances are there for you to get questions from differential equation. And vector calculus, I somehow, for electrical and electronics, the question may be different. for for civil and mechanical students, even now they're asking question like finding divergence, finding curl, finding gradient. These are standard things, or finding directional derivative. What is there in that? And the
And
properties.
all these things are directly associated, asked in fluid mechanics.
Oh,
And
yeah.
fluid mechanics, both civil and mechanical, both of the branches have fluid mechanics. In fluid mechanics, we have fluid kinematics. And in
Okay.
fluid kinematics, all these things become directly related.
Wow.
Even many times in fluid mechanics, they ask you notations.
Oh.
Notations that this curl of velocity is 0, or divergence is 0, and all these things are directly asked. And if you know the basic things, basic logic behind this, it will be helpful not only to score marks in mathematics, also to score marks in fluid mechanics, especially fluid kinematics.
We should take advantage of it. See,
Yeah.
many people are having confusion with gradient and divergence.
Yeah.
See, gradient can be applied on scalar functions, whereas divergence need to be applied on vector function. That is
Vector
the basic
functions.
common sense. Okay, so problem is we don't even apply common sense. That's why we find it difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I always tell for mathematics, one thing is required is basic common sense. See, of course, physical interpretation, we can do it for everything, but basic mathematical interpretation, you should do it. Gradient converts scalar functions to vector functions. Divergence converts vector functions to scalar functions. Curl converts vector functions to vector functions. This is the basic mathematical significance. One should know that. Okay. And finding directional derivative. See, all these are direct set. And the properties, there are some properties.
Yeah,
okay,
they ask you for some notations. They will ask you which of the following thing is correct.
Yes.
For the following four notations they will give you. And what happens that we don't identify the notation sometimes because
something
we
like
have left the topic.
Curl of gradient.
Yeah.
That is 0. We should. This question was asked in GATE. I can say number of times.
Number of times.
30,
yes.
40, 50 times also. You can see this.
And therefore, these standard things, we feel that it is tough because we don't know the notations.
Divergence of curl 0. These standard things we should.
Yeah.
Do. These are
standard things to cover.
Yeah, the properties, standard properties.
Standard properties, yes.
If you don't have the standard properties on your fingertips, it is difficult. Okay, one should know the standard properties. Learn how to find line integral. Line integral is very important than any other things, my dear friends. Line integral is very, very, very important. And of course, we discuss some shortcut for line integral in the videos. Sir will be discussing some beautiful problems in his practice sessions. See, anywhere, these are very, very simple, my dear friends.
Sir, knowing event was not probability. Okay, he is telling some of your key your key statements which you use in the class. I think knowing event was probability, knowing experiment was not probability.
So mostly generally I ask this particular question. I ask in class a particular question like how many a single die is rolled. I ask how many of you know this particular problem. So many people say I know this particular problem, they say. Then I say that is not a problem in probability, that is an experiment. Problem is once you roll the die, asking like probability of getting even number, getting odd number, that is the problem in probability. Not throwing the die is not a problem in probability. So getting an event is probability question. So that is what I think he's mentioning. Thank you, Vijay Sai.
Yeah.
So there are some good students who always catch, correctly what I want to say.
Yeah.
So like that. So line integral finding is very important, sir. I generally suggest know it and go for the examination.
Yeah.
And line integral and double integral relationship, like Green's theorem, is also very important.
Yeah.
Stokes theorem, direct formulas. There are some standard rules are there. I give generally for Stokes theorem and divergence theorem some standard formula. I give you that. If you know it now, wonderful. You can easily handle, my dear friends. For mechanical and civil, mostly people ignore these topics, but you should
this should not, actually should not.
Because direct questions they are asking for.
Yeah, direct.
Especially for
sometimes they don't ask you the numerical also. They're asking you the property, the formula.
They're asking, sir, divergence and curl questions.
Yes, because
it is a solenoidal, find the value of the constant. This type of questions, and you should not miss it. Basic. Just outline, if you study and go, you'll get 2 marks.
Yeah.
Why to leave that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we should not leave this, sir. It should give you full marks.
Vector calculus
should give you full marks.
Full marks.
Just you see outline also. Know all the properties also, you know it. You
And
can
as
handle.
sir has told, for probability also, in vector calculus also, formulas are actually less
Yes, yes. Yeah, very
compared
less.
to other
Yeah,
subject,
there are
other
many
chapters.
identities. Of course, identities
Ha,
are more, but
ha,
basic things, methods
ha,
are very
basic
less
things are
actually.
less.
Methods are very less, but properties, of course, in integration, there is not many properties, but differentiation, these identities will be there more.
Ha, identities
That
are
you
there,
have, yeah,
yes.
there are many identities that they have to practice. That's so that is about vector, sir, vector differentiation, vector integration. And these are the standard theorems, sir. Okay.
Hmm.
If you don't know the theorems, know it from here. Directly
Yeah.
given.
Hmm.
Green's theorem converts, a line integral along the closed curve into double integral over the region bounded by the curve. Okay. Now Stokes theorem converts line integral over the closed curve. See here, because for open surfaces, we have the closed boundary. So the line integral over the closed curve can be converted to surface integral over the open surface. Then this divergence theorem converts what, sir? The surface integral over the closed surface will be converted to volume integral over the region bounded by the closed surface. So standard results. Standard formulas, standard problems you are going to get, my dear friends. It's very, very simple to score marks. It may look many, but not many are there. So standard results, you know it. You will easily score marks in vector calculus. I am telling you, civil and mechanical students should not miss marks from differential equations, vector calculus.
Yeah.
At any cost. Okay. See, in calculus and linear algebra, problem is, people unnecessarily explore. Here, people don't explore because they don't know much. So you
because
take
the
the advantage
basics are so confusing for many that to go to exploration mode only becomes difficult. They don't enter the basic mode also.
Yeah, that is the problem. That's why I'm saying here, you don't unnecessarily explore because the thing is very limited for you. You can easily score that. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the topic. Complex is not there for civil engineering for GATE point of view. But if you are preparing for ESE, it is there. For ESE, it is present. For GATE, it is not present, sir. And complex is also not very difficult, sir. You just need to know, if they give analytic function, and if it says analytic function, real part is given, imaginary part you have to find. Imaginary part is given, real part you have to find. Real imaginary part is given, how to find function. At least this, if you know, the complex differentiation is complete. Of course, for that, you require CR equations. The basic idea of CR equation, Milne-Thomson method, if you know, you handle that very easily. And in complex integration, mainly finding singularities, residues, how to find residues at poles, you find it. It is very, very simple, my dear friends. Not much, you don't have to worry too much about, complex analysis. It's a very simple topic. You can hardly, revise the entire complex analysis in one day. In one day, you can revise the complex analysis, my dear friends. Sir, there are some free videos available in BYJU'S, my dear friends. So some of the videos are for free. You can see, suppose whatever topic you are interested, you can start with them. And some of the videos you can watch for free. Not only mine, Sahu Sir, almost 70% of civil engineering is done by Sahu Sir. He is praising me, but he also done in a very, 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 very detailed manner. Okay. So you can see his videos also for the respective subjects which he done. Like fluid mechanics, he's immediately relating vector calculus to fluid mechanics and where you need to concentrate, where you can score marks. So, so all the subjects, not only these subjects done by us, remaining all the subjects were done in a very, very detailed manner. Not only that, we also have the live sessions, my dear friends. And Sahu Sir, I think he's coming up with many subjects live on YouTube. You can take
we are taking that. Yeah.
Yes. And of course, complex analysis. Just, of course, there are some basic properties of complex numbers one should know, followed by complex differentiation, mainly the CR equation, Milne-Thomson method. As I told you now, if real part is given, how to find imaginary part or the function, or imaginary part is given, how to find real part or the function, the basic rules. And of course, Lorentz series, that simple series expansion only, we should know it. Mainly complex integration, you should know Cauchy integral theorem, residue theorem, and Cauchy integral formula, my dear friends. Direct formulas, just finding residues, you'll get the answers here. Very simple. As I told you now, we have a detailed story here also. Even complex numbers I done in 2 parts. Complex function. See, these are all the things, problems I'm telling you now. This is it. If you practice these problems, then complex differentiation is done. This is complex differentiation, followed by complex integration formulas also. Like, hope you understand. Now, Yeah, Sahu sir teaches many subjects, sir. General studies, almost all civil engineering. Sir, you can just comment on that.
We will have a separate session for that. Let us, I will request the students to ask sir about, because sir's time is precious. Somehow we were able to bring sir because
No,
sir
it's not
is
like that. It's
handling.
always for students.
Sir is already handling 3-4 heavyweight subjects in computer science on our CS, this EC, EE, CS YouTube channel. So sir was already jam packed. Also, sir is taking a lot of classes on the app. So therefore, I want the student that they ask questions on mathematics today. So in another session we will conduct for civil. That time we can ask about civil. Yes.
Yeah. And this numerical methods. See, numerical methods is very simple. And mainly in numerical differentiation, there were few questions which were asked a little differently for civil engineering student. And I told them how to handle that in single line. Like, by additions, how to handle that questions also. Generally in the class, I discussed this particular problem, which were asked for civil engineering student under numerical differentiation. Otherwise, numerical method is like a cake. It's a very simple story, sir. Like algebraic equation, you just need to know Newton-Raphson method properly. And in numerical integration, you should know trapezoidal rule and Simpson's 1/3 rule. And there you need to find, percentage error. Percentage error means what, sir? Error by true value into, 100. That is what they're asking. So there you find, value by regular method. Maybe integration is given, regular integration, you do it, and you do it by trapezoidal rule. You get two values. Find the error. Error by true value into 100. This is what they ask. This is what you mean by error analysis, my dear friend. Nothing more than that. Not much questions are asked here. Very simple things. Okay. So that is about your numerical methods. And in for mechanical and civil, common things are algebraic equation, in that mainly Newton-Raphson method, numerical integration, in that Simpson's 1/3 rule and trapezoidal rule. And this differential equation, you should know Euler's method, Runge-Kutta method of second and fourth orders. Whereas for numerical methods for civil engineering student, detail extra, you need to practice this Newton's and Lagrange's polynomial and numerical differentiation methods. That's it. Okay. So that is about numerical methods. And generally for civil engineering student, guaranteed 2 marks asking from here.
Yeah.
Whereas mechanical 1 or 2 marks you can expect. Whereas for civil engineering, generally numerical methods, whenever they ask 2 marks questions only, they'll ask, because you require patience for this. For numerical methods, now it is like you can find number of numericals here. You just need the patience to solve the problem. That's it. Okay. And error precision means, as I told you now, percentage error, how to find it. What do you mean by accuracy? What do you mean by precision? You should know that. Then for this, you need to know Newton-Raphson method. And for numerical integration, as I told you, trapezoidal rule and Simpson's rule. Simpson's rule means Simpson's 1/3 rule we need to do. And first order differential equation, Euler method, and Runge-Kutta method of second order and fourth order we should do. That's it. And interpolations, I told you now, Newton's divide difference interpolation and Lagrange's interpolation formulas you should know. Numerical differentiation, it is little different, sir, this particular topic, because the way it is asking, they're asking the questions from numerical differentiation are little different. But of course, it is not difficult, they're different, that's it. Okay. So if you have time, you can do it, sir. Of course, this is not there for other all the branches, sir. You can ignore it. So even for error and all, we done a separate topic, sir. And in this mainly the problems, Newton-Raphson method. Mainly you have to concentrate on Newton-Raphson method, friends. Like trapezoidal rule, Simpson's 1/3 rule, Lagrange's and Newton interpolation. These you have to concentrate, my dear friends. Mainly civil engineering students, you have to see numerical methods, very, very important for you. I think even in your subject somewhere it would be useful, my dear friends. Like that Newton's divide difference interpolation formula may be useful in one of your subjects. Okay, so please go through them, my dear friends. And Laplace transform, it is not mentioned for civil engineering students. They ask very basic properties. If you know, it's enough. See, for this I don't suggest much, my dear friend. Just know basic properties. 1-2 hours. Hardly 1-2 hours you can spend. You can learn the properties and just solve previous year good questions. Done. Nothing more than that is required for this Laplace transform. 4-year series generally for GATE point of view, they are not asking much for mechanical engineering students, but for civil engineering students, 4-year series is compulsory, because if you don't know 4-year series, you don't know how to handle partial differential equations. You don't know how to handle partial differential equation, my dear friends. See, even though partial differential equation is mentioned for mechanical engineering students, mainly they ask you this classification. Mainly they ask you classification. They give you second order partial differential equation based on this b square minus 4ac formula. If it is less than 0, you have to say it is elliptic. If it is equal to 0, you have to say it is parabolic. If it is greater than 0, you have to say hyperbolic. And maybe separation of variables. Not much is asked for mechanical students. Whereas for civil engineering students, this is important, my dear friends. Because if at all question comes, definitely it is 2 marks question. Definitely 2 marks question. So these are the topics, my dear friends. I told you, second order differential equation, we should know classification, and at least civil students at least learn these 2 things. Learn separation of variables and classification, minimum. Because many times, those who just learn the classification also, they got good marks actually. Yes, sir. So we concluded. So this is generally the revision strategy I mentioned, like know the standard results and properties, practice the results with numericals. See, some people, practice formula like this. That is called dance practice, not, formula practice. You have to practice the formula with numericals. Okay, don't do dance practice. Practice formula practice with numericals. Always practice. For example, dy by dx plus py is equal to q is Leibniz linear form. Its integrating factor is e power integral p dx. Its general solution is y into integrating factor is equal to integral q into integrating factor dx plus c. Fine. You write like this, nothing will happen. With that, nothing will happen. You have to take a function, take a problem, apply, get the answers. Like that, you have to remember the formula. Am I clear? Now you know integration formula like integral f dash x by fx dx, log fx. If you practice like this, nothing will happen. You have to put real function. You put a function in the denominator, its derivative in the numerator, practice like this. So always practice the results with numericals. And revise the formulae, revise the results on regular intervals. See, generally people misunderstand this. When I say revising the results on regular intervals means, I mean 2 to 3 minutes for revision, my dear friends. For example, entire differentiation formulae, there will be, if you join my Telegram group, in that there are some differentiation integration formula are given, 20 formula I generally suggest. If you just take that 20 formulae, revision will take 2 minutes or 3 minutes. See, when you have standard results, you have to revise them on regular intervals. You can't revise, complete the problems and directly go for examination after 3 months. It will not happen like that. You have to revise the results on regular basis. Revisit them, and note down new problems and any new ideas whenever you find. Suppose somewhere you find some particular, problem or some particular new idea which you don't know. Don't feel bad. I didn't get this idea. Okay, mathematics, you will be getting new ideas, my dear friends. So any new idea you find it, topic wise you list out and do it, my dear friends. Okay, and don't misunderstand. See, in mathematics, there are 2 rules. First thing is, if you don't know it from today and continue. Second thing, if you misunderstand, you are in danger. Mathematics is in danger. Future generation is in danger. Okay, so please try to understand.
Yeah.
Don't misunderstand mathematics. That's it. That's all from me, sir. Any remarks from you?
Sir, the next slide we have this again the compilation of all the recorded content. Super. Okay. Yeah, so students who like this structured way of covering not only mathematics, yes, mathematics.
Yeah, your subjects also, yes.
And all subjects like mechanical, civil. Also, we have for electrical, electronics, computer science. Sir has recorded discrete mathematics, programming data structures. If you have some students, friends who are computer science students, and even all the students who are in different branches also. Nowadays, if you want to excel in any field, you need to have common knowledge of programming data structures. Yes. And all students have that thing in their first year. So if you have some juniors also who are in their first years, okay, so they can refer to those lectures. So all those lectures are available in the BYJU'S Exam Prep. Okay, so download the app and you can see the lectures. There is a limit to the free content. because free content is available so that you can have a judgment of how much you're able to understand the content or not. So that
Hmm.
suppose you want to have doubts in geotechnical, then you can refer the videos of geotechnical. If you have doubts in thermodynamics, you can go thermodynamics. Yes. So there is a limit, and those who want to avail the full course, okay, for that we are obviously that is available on the app. We don't know the exact costing and all because that thing another team handles. Yes. So that thing the team can if you register on the app, so the team will contact you and they will tell you about the pricing and other things. But many students are there who are meritorious and they're
Yeah.
having some financial issues. Yes, for that we're conducting scholarship test. The next slide is there for the scholarship test. Yes, so on 24th of December, 8 p.m. So if you are liking the content, obviously you need to have avail also the content, the full content also. So for that, we are conducting this 90% scholarship test. Means everybody will not get the 90%, but up to 90% scholarship test. So some students will get 75, 50 based on their performance. Yes. So I will request that those students who like the session, and not only for mathematics, for all subjects, I will request them that the link for this scholarship test is available in the description. They can go to the description, they can register for the test. There is no registration fees. Yes.
Yeah.
And by that you will download the app also. So download the app and then see the videos. So suppose you are telling, sir, I don't know, I am not convinced, so get convinced by seeing the videos. There's some free videos also available. Yes. And then register for the test, give the test, you will get 90% scholarship. So your financial problem will also is taken care. Okay, so if you have certain issues, or if you are not facing, sir, I want to go ahead, then go for the subscription. Whatever you want to do, every option is available. Yes. So I will thank sir. I want all the students to thank sir that such. Actually, I was thinking to conduct the practice sessions for mathematics. So I was thinking that from where to start, and because mathematics so vast, at least I got an idea that what things I should focus in the practice session. So I will request students that, and those students who are already registered with the BYJU'S Exam Prep app, I request them that whenever they are coming for the session, I will tell beforehand that which videos they can refer from the app. Watch
Yeah.
those videos so that you are now thorough with the concepts, and then we will have a practice session. Yes, so that we will not disturb sir so much. But sir, because sir has limited time space, so therefore sir has recorded the content for all of you. Yes. So what we will do is that in the future sessions, that I will tell the videos which you will see from the app. You see those lectures, okay? And then also, as sir told that sir maintains a Telegram group. In the Telegram group, there is a mention. There is a lot of formulas are there. Formula PDFs are also available. You cover them and then come for the session, a practice session. Then it will be immensely beneficial for all of you. So we will not waste so much of time. Sir has also class at 8:30. Yes. So thanks
Yes.
everyone. Yes.
Yeah.
Any other thing you want to ask?
Yeah.
Okay, you
You're
can
free to
ask in
ask.
the comment when the video ends. In the
Yeah.
comment section, you can ask those things, and we will take care of those things in the practice sessions or in the upcoming times. Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you all, and thank you, sir, for giving us more than says. We always tell that sir is the youngest member in BYJU'S exam prep team. Yes, that sir, you can see that many students tell, sir, I am feeling demotivated, I am feeling loss of energy. You can see, sir, that sir is having so much of energy because of his love for the subject. So if you start having love with the subjects, then you will not feel any hesitation to study for long hours. Okay, so we can learn from sir. Having such experience also, he is still, see what happens with many people tell that I am bored with the subject, but sir with 20 years of experience, he is still fresh with the subjects, and he is still energetic. That reason is that love for the subject. So that thing we can learn from sir, and also the subjects also we can learn from sir. Both the things. Yes. So great, thank you very much all the participants. So we will end this class. We want to continue, but
Yeah.
obviously we all
Yeah.
have time restrictions. Yes. So we will meet with practice sessions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned to the.
Looking forward for your practice session. I think students will enjoy your practice sessions.
Yes,
And
and we will. What we will do is that in the upcoming sessions we will take on after 15 days or 10 days. I will again invite sir, and that time we will not take the whole engineering mathematics. We can have discussion on specific chapters. Like
Yeah.
suppose we will can have discussion on vector calculus, or that thing you can request in the comment section as per the students' demand. We can have specific sessions on normal distribution. When we can have discussions. Also, we can have some quizzes also. Well,
Yeah.
some quizzes kind of thing. To that
Sure.
it becomes like formulas and identities quizzes. So we can have sir conducting those quizzes. I will also be there. So we will make it more interesting because mathematics is interesting. We will make
Yes.
it more interesting. So we will have more sessions. So stay tuned. Okay. So a lot of ideas I have. And sir is always ready for new things. So that will be very great. Okay. So stay tuned. We will have a lot of fun sessions. Means serious practice sessions and fun sessions and discussion sessions for mathematics. So we'll make it very good in the upcoming 2 months so that your mathematics is taken care for the GATE examination
Sure.
23 and 24. Okay. Thank you very
Thank,
much then.
thank you,
Okay.
sir. Thank you. Thank you all, dear students. And so please subscribe to our channel.
Yeah. Please subscribe to the channel so that you get the lectures notifications. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then we will end the class then. Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank you,
all.
sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Goodbye.
Bye.